Hey guys, I want you to be able to do an exploded drawing. And so what we're going to do, this is an exploded drawing. So one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to learn how to make a hinge. So we're going to make something like this hinge, and then we'll work on doing an exploded drawing from that. And that's what this is right here. It's basically showing the component parts separated, as if you've kind of exploded it. So let's get going on making the hinge. So I'm going to start with a new design, okay? And I am going to start by, I always like to make sure that the plane that I want to sketch on is the one that I'm looking at. So I'm going to start by sketching on the front. So I want to have front be my sketch plane. Okay, and so let's make this hinge. Basically, we're going to start by making it a rectangle. So it's going to be, I'm going to start with a 2-point rectangle. And I'm going to start here. And basically, I do want it to be 5 centimeters, but I want it to be 2 millimeters thick. So let's make it 3. So I'm going to do 3 millimeters there. And then I'm going to hit the tab key and type in 5. And that'll allow me to have this shape right here. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to go to my home view. And I'm going to then extrude this. So let's extrude this by, let's say, 10. So I'm going to get this out to 10 centimeters. Okay, and this is going to be the first part of my hinge right here. Okay? All right, so here we go. Next step is I need to sketch on one of the surfaces, and I need to make this part right here, right here, I need to make this part right here, which is the barrel of the hinge, okay? So I'm going to do that next, and I need to sketch a circle right here. Okay, so again, I'm going to go to the front view because I want to sketch on this plane right here. I want to sketch right there. So I'm going to click on my sketch, and I'm going to sketch on that surface. And let's just zoom in a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to make this, I'm going to do a circle, and I'm going to start it right here. And I'm going to make it, so that's not going to work, so I'm going to escape. And I need to do it at the top. Forgot about that. Okay, so let's do it right here. And what we'll do, escape, let's do it right there. Sorry, I forget how I made that hinge before, but basically what we want to do is kind of expand it. So we actually want this to be 0.6, okay? Or twice the thickness. So the diameter of the circle is twice the thickness of our material. Okay, I'm going to finish my sketch. And I'm going to do some extruding here. So I need to zoom in on this plane right here. And I need to do some extruding. The first thing I'm going to extrude is I'm going to get rid of that. So I want this to be rounded on the bottom. So I'm going to extrude this right here, and I'm going to take it back -10. Okay, and that's going to round the bottom of this. Now you'll notice my circle disappeared, but it's not gone. It's just its sketch is not there. Okay, so this is 10 centimeters long, and basically I need to divide. What I want to do is on my hinge, I want this to be that and that and that, right? So those 3 things. And I'm realizing maybe 10 centimeters isn't the best because I need this to be a third, a third, a third. So maybe 10 centimeters is not the best length for those, for this particular extrusion. So one of the things I might do is actually edit that. So if I right click on my extrusion right here, I'm going to edit it. And rather than making it 10 centimeters, let's make it 9. Okay, that'll make it easier because a third of 9 is 3 centimeters. Okay, I want to extrude out this circle by 9 centimeters. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to select this and this. And I want to pull it this way 3 centimeters. So -3. Now, one thing you'll notice is that it's wanting to cut right here, right now. So I'm going to change that from cut to new body. And you'll see why I want to use a new body in just a second. Okay, so now I've got my cylinder right there. Okay, and now what I want to do is sketch a circle in the middle of this, and I want to cut out that circle. So I'm going to extrude out that circle. So I'm going to sketch on that surface. So I'm going to do a sketch. I want it on this surface right here. And what I'm going to do is zoom in just a bit here. And I'm going to do a center point circle. And this was 0.6, so why don't we make this 0.4? Okay, right in the center there. Okay, good. I'm going to finish my sketch. Now I'm going to extrude out this circle right here. And I'm going to go -3. And this time I do want it to cut. Okay, so now I've got that hole right there. Okay, good. So I should have two bodies. My first body is the left hinge. And this is the barrel. Hinge barrel. Okay, 1. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to actually copy this and put it over here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to make a copy. So I'm going to click on the M. I'm going to select this. I'm going to make a copy of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it along that axis right there, 6 centimeters. Okay. Now, if I did that correctly, it should be in the nice correct spot over here. Yep. Looking good. Okay. All right. And then I click OK. Now, one thing you'll probably notice is that half of my cylinder is filled in, so I'm going to have to empty that. So now I'm going to click on the extrude button, and I'm going to select it's not being very cooperative. Okay, so, well, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? So what I'm going to do is draw a circle in the middle of this and extrude it out. So I'm going to sketch on this surface right here. Okay, I'm going to draw a 0.4 circle, 0.4. Click OK. Finish my sketch. And now I'm going to extrude that circle. Right, and I'm going to go this way. I'm going to change my angle just a bit. I'm going to go this way, -3, -3. Okay, good. So now I've got my 2 hinge barrels. This is my hinge barrel 1 right there, and now hinge barrel 2. Okay, so I've got my 2 hinge barrels and the hinge itself right here, left hinge. Okay, so let me go back to my home view. That's what we're looking at right now. Okay, now I need to get rid of the space in the middle here, because this needs to be empty, because that's where the other part of the right hinge, that part of the right hinge is going to go right there. Okay, so I need to actually empty that space. Okay, so I'm going to do a sketch on that surface. So I'm going to go create sketch on this surface. Okay, and I'm going to draw a rectangle in this area right here. So starting there, now I do want this to be 3 centimeters, but I want this to be 0.6, and it's in the wrong spot, so I'm going to escape, and I'm going to focus in just a little bit because I want to make sure I nail this. Okay, so here, let's try that again. I want my first point there, and I want it to be 3, and I'm going to hit the tab key and put 0.6. Okay, good. And then I'm going to finish my sketch, and then I'm going to extrude this down to empty that space, and I need it to just go down -0.3. Okay, now we've got that empty space right there. And there's the first part of your hinge. Okay. All right. Now on my hinge, you'll see that I have some holes. So we'll need to put some holes in this right now. So I'm going to put some holes on the top of this, and we'll sketch on the surface. And let's see. So I know this is 9. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's halfway right there. So I'm going to put a circle halfway right here. And I'm just going to make it 0.5. That looks too small. So let's put 0.8. Okay, that looks good. Okay. And then I want another one up here somewhere. So let's go down 3. That looks about right. I'm going to do 0.8. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do 0.8. Okay, so I've got my 3 holes for my hinge for the screws. I need to extrude those down. So I'm going to select that, that, and that. And we're going to go down -3, -0.3. Okay, now I've got the holes for the screws. And I am now going to chamfer those. So I'm going to chamfer here, here, and here. And now 0.5 is too much, so let's just go down 0.2. There we go. Perfect. And I want to curve these edges. So I'm going to fillet the edges here. So I want to fillet this and that. And let's just pull them in a little bit. Let's pull them in 0.5. Okay, so now I'm looking at the left hinge right here. Okay, now I need to make the right hinge. So here we go. I am going to sketch. I'm going to sketch. Now this time I'm going to sketch on this surface right here. I want to be looking down because I want to use this as my guide. So I'm going to do a line sketch. So I'm going to go from here. I'm going to focus in just a little bit. Here to here. And I'm going to come up to, straight up to there. Now I want to go over, and I want this to be the same distance, so I want it to be 5 centimeters. Okay. All right, I'm not done with my sketch. All I've done is drawn a couple of lines, so now I need to draw another line. This one needs to be 9 centimeters, so I'm going to start from here and come down, and it should be 9 centimeters. Okay, then over to here. And then up to there, over, and then I'm going to close this here. There we go. So I've basically drawn the same rectangle plus this one here. Okay, I'm going to finish my sketch. Now I need to extrude this up, so I'm going to click on here. I'm going to extrude this up 0.3. Okay, there we go. Oops. Now, one thing I didn't do, which I should have done, so I need to edit this body. I need to edit this. So escape. I need to edit this. Edit feature. Because I didn't make this, I had it join. I should have made it a new body. Okay, now we're good. Okay. All right. Now, I need to do kind of the same process. I need to actually create the barrel of the hinge in here. One of the things I'm going to do right now is I'm going to join these 3 pieces together so I can just turn them on and off. So I am going to come here to the combine. I'm going to select my left hinge, my hinge barrel 1 and hinge barrel 2. And I'm going to join those together. So now they're one body. Okay, that's actually called body 4. Or no, sorry, it's called left hinge. So now this one here is my right hinge. Because basically I want to be able to turn these things on and off. So I want to be able to turn off my hinge right there. Okay, now I need to sketch on this surface right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch on that surface. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to turn off this sketch right here because it's in the way. And I need to draw a circle. It's right here. It's 0.6. 0.6. Okay, finish my sketch. Now, I need to find that spot again because what I need to do is extrude out that piece right there. So I'm going to extrude. I'm going to select this, and I want to get rid of this so that it's rounded right here. Okay, there we go. It's now rounded. Now I can turn back on that circle because I want to extrude out the barrel of this. So I'm going to extrude this, this, and this. And I want it to be 3 centimeters, right? So I'm going to go -3, and rather than cut, I'm going to make it a new body. All right, so now we're looking at this as our hinge right now, as our right hinge. Okay, I need to extrude out the inner part of that, so what I'm going to do is sketch on this surface right here. I'm not sure where it went to. Where did you go? There you go. All right. Zoom in a little bit. Okay. All right, I'm going to create a 0.4. There we go. Click Finish Sketch, and then I need to extrude this hole right here. So I'm going to extrude this, and I need it to go back -3. And there we go. Now, when I turn on my other hinge, you should see that they're lined up. But actually, it looks, this one doesn't look quite right. So maybe I made that too big. So I might go back and fix that sketch. So let me just see here. Let me edit that sketch. Turn off my left hinge. Oh, it's this sketch here. Finish sketch. Oh yeah, I can see it's 0.67. I don't want it 0.67, I want it 0.6. So finish sketch. All right, there we go. That's much better. Okay. Now, what I need to do is put this part of the hinge in, which is the pin that holds the two things together. So I'm basically going to put it through this whole thing. I'm going to make, oh, you know what? Before I do that, let's put the holes on the other side of the hinge here. Okay, so I'm going to sketch on this surface here. And just like before, I'm going to put one of them right trying to think how far over this is. Let's see, 1, 2. It's a 2 over, yeah. Okay. Right here, and this needs to be 0.8. I need to put one right here, so that's up 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4. .8. And I need another circle up here in roughly the same spot. 0.8. Okay, finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude those down. So extrude this guy, and this guy. And it's going to be -0.3. Boom. Okay, I need to chamfer those edges. So I go to my chamfer tool. I'm going to select this, this, and this, and I did 0.2. Okay, and then I need to round these edges, so I'm going to use my fillet. So that one, and that one, and we did 0.5. There we go. Okay, now time for the barrel of the hinge here, the pin, sorry, the pin and the hinge. Okay, so I'm going to sketch on this surface right here. Okay, and basically I need a pin that's a little bit smaller than this hole. So I know the hole is 0.4, so I'm going to make it just a little smaller than 0.4. So let's go 0.39. So it's almost the same size, and I finished my sketch. Finish. Now I need to extrude that. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to select sketch 11, which is what I was, which is this guy right here. And I'm going to go -9, and I don't want it to cut. I want it to be a new body. And then I click OK. So now that's all the way through. Right? You can see if I turn off these pins, or if I turn off these hinges, then you can see that the pin is in there. Oh, one thing I need to do too, actually, now that I think about it, is join this hinge with this barrel. So let me combine those. So I'm going to combine the right hinge and the barrel. Click OK. All right. So now I have 3 bodies, right? I've got the left hinge, the right hinge, and the body. Okay. So now I need to put the head on this pin, and then I'm almost done. So I'm going to basically sketch on this surface again, and I'm going to put a head on this pin. So I'm going to draw a circle right in the middle here that is 0.6, because I want it to be the same size as the barrel of the hinge. Click OK, and then I'm going to finish that sketch. I am then going to extrude that. So I'm going to extrude that last sketch that I just did. And this one and that one. And I'm going to just pull it out. Let's pull it out 0.2. Okay, there we go. That's the head of the pin. And one thing I should check is what did I do with that. So I want to edit that feature. And I don't want to join it. I want to have it as a new body for now. I'm going to join it with the, because basically what I can do is just make a copy of this and pull it over. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do type in the letter M. I'm going to select this thing right here, make a copy of it, and then I'm just going to pull it over until I get it out here, which should be -9. Click OK. Now I want to fillet the edges of this. So I'm going to fillet that, and I'm going to fillet that, and let's just put it in 0.1 just to round it off. Okay, now I'm going to turn off my hinges, and I'm going to join together this pin. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine body 6, 7, and 8 so that they're one thing. I'm going to join them together. Okay, and let's call this the pin. All right. There we go. Okay, now if I turn this on and on, there we go. So now I have my completed hinge. So let's stop for there right now, and then I will do the video on how to do the exploded drawing from this after. So do your best to try to make a hinge. Basically, it should look something like this when you're complete. Okay, thanks for watching, guys.